guys, welcome to another episode of Worm Promise Revealed. This episode I'm talking about how to get wood chips in 5 minutes or more. Come on this way. So you may have seen my posting in Facebook, and it was how to acquire wood chips in 5 minutes or more. Well, how do you acquire wood chips in 5 minutes? Well, I've got a pile there that you saw, and this is another pile, and this pile is 30 cubic yards. This pile is about half that. And this was two dumpings because the guys that were on the crew didn't have enough on my first load. But anyway, if you see crews out on the road and they're cutting up limbs and just trying to clear them away from power lines, and then they're chipping them and putting them in their dump trucks, those are the guys that you want to hit up. And they're just looking for a place to dump this stuff. In the past, I thought, and many people think, well, it costs money if you want a load of wood chips. Well, these guys can't get rid of them fast enough. I mean, they're actually wanting people like you and I to come up to them and say, hey, what are you going to do with that load, such as what I did. I went up in when they were here at my house, I just went up to him and said, hey, what are you guys going to do with that? And he was like, well, what do you want done with it? And I said, bring it on back here and dump it in my garden. So it's that easy. I mean, it didn't even take me 5 minutes. So, when you see them out on the road, and they can be an electric company, they could be a tree trimming service. Even if you don't see them out on the road, you can probably just look for them in the phone book and call them up and say, hey, my name's so-and-so, and I need a load of wood chips. This is where I live. When can you get me some? And I guarantee you that they'll be glad that you call them, and they'll come out and dump. A lot of places, matter of fact, the one that dumped here on my garden, that said that they were out on a job here in the Kansas City metro area, and they spent about, I think it was $15,000 just on one truck for the entire job to dump in the landfill. And so it's very pricey for them. And when they can save thousands of dollars and bring it to you for free, and you can benefit from it and get a lot of use out of it, they're glad to do it because it's a win-win situation. And so now here we are, plenty of wood chips to do whatever I want with. So if I want to feed it to my worms, I can feed it to the worms. It'll take quite a long time for it to process that way, but I plan on just growing some stuff out of it, feeding it my compost tea, my worm tea, and my worm castings, and pretty much just grow my my produce out of it. Now, when you go out on the street and you hit these guys up for a load, you're going to have to fill out a permission slip. So, they've come up with this because, they're not just going to come out here and dump and then all of a sudden get sued because maybe they ran over something or they left ruts or whatever. So this kind of saves their butt. And, hey, if you want it for free, you're going to have to sign something. But it's worth it. So, and, I guess I got about 30, maybe about 50, total of 50 cubic yards, I think. And all in about 10 minutes, really. Oh, and I also got their phone number on here, so when I'm ready for another load, all I got to do is call them. And so if you're looking for wood chips and you want to use it around your trees, landscaping, for your garden, whatever, maybe you just want to use it for your wood burning stove, who knows. Don't call the landscaping companies because they're wanting to make money off you. You may find some that they have too much and they want to get rid of it, but I think your best bet is to call just the tree trimming services. Look them up on Craigslist in the phone book and just say, hey, I need a truck, maybe 2, 3 trucks full of wood chips. Can you help me out? And I bet you're going to find somebody and freeload just like that. So you too can be a freeloader. So come over here. I want to show you something. Now, when was this dumped? This was dumped 10/13/2015. So as of this recording, that was a couple of days ago. And this is only 2 days old because 2 days ago I met up with them and they were cutting it fresh. I mean, just hot off the press. And they came out here and they dumped it, and I don't even have to dig down. I can just put my hand on top, and this pile is warm. And I brought a couple of meat thermometers so that you can see how warm this pile can get in a jiffy. And you do want it to heat up, although you're not gonna have any seeds in it. Can you hop up here, all the way up on top? You're probably not gonna have any seeds in it that you'll have to get rid of, to heat up and burn off. But you'll probably have some insect cocoons that you'll want to get rid of. Let's see if we can get that in there. Now I brought 2 just because you don't know how accurate one is. I mean, sometimes these things are cheap, but this will just kind of tell us if they're both reading the same thing. This one goes up past 200 and goes up. This one here goes up to about 500. So this one is already 125, and this is about what, 120, 130, 135. So I guess I would call that about 130 degrees. And I can put my hand down in here. Look at that. You can just kind of see the heat coming up from that. I can't hold my hand down in there. That's just too hot. Yep, that's our reading. So I'd say about 130 degrees. And if you put some water on it and you turned it, you could probably get it up a bit hotter too. But you can get rid of pathogens and you can get rid of weed seeds. But basically, you want to get rid of any unbeneficial insects. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking that it's not organic. And, it could be, but most likely you're right. It's probably not organic because there's probably some chemicals in here. Now, a lot of the harmful stuff will pretty much be composted away, and you'll be left with the less hard stuff. Yeah, there's going to be trace chemicals in there. So if you're going to grow anything out of it, you could probably you can call it natural, but you just can't call it organic unless you go and you have it tested and you get back the lab results saying what kind of chemicals are in there. But if you want to go organic, then you probably just have to invest in your own chipper and get the trees from your own property, chip them up, or get it from some property that has been not fertilized with chemicals or pesticides or herbicides. So, but for those of you that want to do the back to the garden or back to Eden gardening, free chips. There you go. Another cool thing is because this is so hot, imagine spreading this out a little bit, maybe going maybe 2 feet high, and just since it's free, you just get load after load. You put a big greenhouse on it, and you start growing your vegetation. You put worm castings in it also, and you put compost tea in it. That's going to keep your greenhouse pretty warm. Matter of fact, it might keep it too warm, cause condensation to collect on the sides, and maybe raining down. Um, but that's one cool idea. Another cool idea is to use all this for heat, and you could run piping through it, and maybe heat something up. I don't know. It's also great for burning. Once you season it a little bit. And he says pretty much if you see them out on the street just trimming trees, come up to them and say, hey, can you deliver it over to so-and-so address? Chances are that it's pretty good that they're going to be able to do that.
Okay.
And I think I saw Westar Energy, they delivered this one.
Yeah,
I just
that
came
might
up
have been
to
us
them.
too. It was the big white truck.
Big white truck.
Yeah.
Just out here on the, right in front of my house, they were trimming and chipping. And I said, hey, where are you going to take it? And he says, well, where do you need it? And I said, come on out here. It's my backyard. And he goes, will do. And that was 5 minutes. It only took 5 minutes to do that.
Yeah. Anywhere we can get to dump, we usually dump at nurseries or wherever we can. But usually a lot of people want, a couple loads so they can go put in their garden.
Right.
Whatever else.
So in the garden and around the trees.
Oh yeah,
around the
house, wherever they want.
Yeah. The big thing going right now is back to Eden Garden, which I'm going to explain exactly how that works. A lot of people don't know exactly how that works. They just know it works. So, anyway, it's pretty cool that you can be able to do this at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
And you got to fill out some sort of permission slip, which is what we did earlier today. And it just gives them permission to dump onto your property, and so that gives kind of like a lien relief,
Right.
I guess. Right. Anyway, cool. Jake, Tyler, perfect.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty much the video in a nutshell, how to acquire chips in 5 minutes or more. And for those back to the Eden gardeners, I'll talk about the process, why your produce grows so well in wood chips. I've watched the Back to the Eden video, and it doesn't really explain why, what's going on down inside. It's just like, I don't know, that's just the way it is. I mean, I like the method. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like straw bale gardening. But I'd like to do a video though explaining exactly why it works that way. But anyway, that's all I got for now, and hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.